In this video, we will go through the steps to deploy a Node.js application to Bluemix using the Eclipse code editor. So I'm starting up Eclipse here, and you'll see that I'm using a test workspace. Now Eclipse is running, and I'll go ahead and turn off the welcome dialog box, and we're going to go right over to the workbench. First thing we need to do is to turn on the Node.js perspective. We'll click on Open Perspective and select Node. Okay, and now we're going to add a server, a Bluemix server. So we go over to File, New, Other. We'll scroll down here to Server, select Server Type, click on Next. Now we'll open up the IBM type and select IBM Bluemix. We can use the default name that's given for the server. Click on Next. Next. Now, to sign in to Bluemix, I can either use a one-time password that I can get from this URL link, or if I just want to use my username and password, that's what I'll do here. Type in my user ID and my password. And I can verify my credentials work correctly with Bluemix by clicking on Validate Account. This will go off to Bluemix. I'll check at my organizations and spaces. Click on Next. I can choose a space. I'm going to pick this one here that doesn't have a lot of stuff in it. Click on Next. And now I'll click on Finish to complete adding the server. Now I don't see a server yet. I need to add the server view. To add the server view, select Window, Show View, Other. Scroll down and open up Server. A little Eclipse glitch there. Select Servers. Click on OK. And now we see there's a server tab on the bottom area. And I'll see a Bluemix server, and that's the API endpoint. So this is going against the US South Bluemix region. Now I'm ready to add my project. I'll click on File, select Import, open up the General, and then select Existing Projects into Workspace. Click on Next, then select Archive File radio button, click on Browse, and I'm going to go over here to my Downloads folder where I've got a copy of the app that I've downloaded from the Getting Started page. Click on Open. You might see a different name here. That's okay. Take all the defaults, click on Finish. And now you'll see in the Project Explorer the project is sitting there. Okay, after importing the application, our next step is to tell Eclipse that this is a Node.js project. So to do that, we're going to set up facets. Right-click, select Properties, then pick Project Facets, select Convert to Faceted Form, and then in the project facet type we'll pick Node.js application and then select OK. Now before we deploy the app, we're going to remove the manifest file that it's packaged with it. We'll just delete it. Say OK. Now to deploy the application, we go down to our Bluemix server, right-click on that, and select Add and Remove. And then select our project. Click on Add. And then click on Finish to move to the next step. Now it's going to actually take a quick check in Bluemix to find a unique name. It'll propose one. You can use this name, or you can come up with one of your own. The important thing is it needs to be a unique name because this is going to be the internet host name for the application as deployed. After entering a name, click on Next. You have one moment here to take a look over all the properties. So this is going to be the deployed URL, you'll see there. And next, and then we need to add a service. It's going to display the services available. And oops, it popped up a little above the capture window. I'm going to type in here Cloudant, and we'll select that, and let me pull the window down. So we'll select the Cloudant NoSQL database, click on Add. We'll add this database. We can specify a name if we want to. We'll just leave the default, and we'll take the default service plan. Click on Finish. I see it selected there to go with the app. Click on Next. And now we're ready to click on Finish to deploy the app to Bluemix. So now it's starting the Bluemix app. You can see in the lower right it says Publishing to Bluemix. And now it started up the console, and now we're going to see over here in the console the live messages as they come out while the app is being pushed over into Bluemix and staged and then started up in Bluemix. Well, this just takes a few moments. We'll get a few more messages here. And now we've got some more staging messages. This will go along pretty quickly now. And the app is now starting, and we'll get a confirmation that the app is started as Express Server Listening. It appears to be running. Click on Servers, and now we see that our app is deployed in Bluemix. Right-click on that, and we can select Open Homepage to launch the app. And here is the Node.js app. Now it's running inside the browser view within Eclipse. Convenient for this demo and video, but if you want to have it open up into a regular window, select Window, and then you can select a web browser. You can have either internal browser or you can select Chrome or another browser. So now let's go over into Bluemix and check on the app and get ready to remove the sample document. So here's the app. Here's Bluemix. Here's my console. I'm going to open up my app within the new Bluemix user interface. Go down to Connections and select the Cloud NoSQL database. And go over here to click on the Launch button. This will bring up the Cloudant dashboard that you've seen. So go to the Databases view and select the sample database. And let's just take a quick look at this document. We'll go over here on the pen, edit it. Now you see here it says a sample document. This is the one that's created by default by the app. We'll delete this. And then we can go back in and we will edit the app.js file for the Node.js app and re-push it back out. So back to Eclipse now. Let's open up app.js. Click Open. I'm going to scroll down to about line 344 here. And you'll see here, there it is, calls to create a sample document called sample doc. We'll just change this to test so that we see that our application actually changes when we re-push it back to Bluemix. So test, test, and then lastly set this to test as well. We'll save the modified file, save. Now, after we've saved the file, you notice down here in your server's view, it says republish next to your IBM Bluemix server. And so that is your indication that there's changes that have happened. To republish, right-click, select Update and Restart. And now we're going to go back through the publish process again. So the application is being pushed over. It's going to stage the app now that it's been pushed. See all the staging messages out of the console. And the app is starting. And there's the app is running. Okay, so let's go ahead and open it again. Open up the app. Select Open Homepage. Now it says sample document still, but that's because we've got a cache copy. So let's refresh what's in the cache. And now you see it says a test doc and it's a test document. Let's go back over into Bluemix, and back into the Cloud dashboard, back to databases, sample DB. And now we've got this one document that's back here again. Let's look at it again. And now it says test doc. So we clearly see that our code change that we made in Eclipse has been carried over into Bluemix. So let's go ahead and clean up. We're going to go back to my apps and Cloud Foundry apps dashboard. And so there's the app right there. And back over to Eclipse. Close these two windows. And now I'm going to just delete my project. And I'm going to delete everything off the disk in the workspace. Say OK. And while it's doing this delete, it's also deleting the Bluemix application. And it will prompt me if I want to remove the service that I added as part of creating the app. Finishing, and it's gone. Now you see below on my Bluemix server, there's no more application below it here. Let's go back to Bluemix and refresh here to get a current view. And I don't have an app deployed anymore in Bluemix. So you can see here when you delete applications from Eclipse, it also causes them to be removed from Bluemix as a whole. And that's it for the lab.